Hey everybody. I wanted to make a quick video based on a Twitter tweet that I said today. And this video is how to get over the fear of being rejected, okay? Or the fear of being judged or people trolling you or whatever. Super important if you're doing organic marketing, if you're doing sales, if you're doing all kinds of stuff. If you're running ads, you'll get a lot of dweebs who comment on your ads and say stupid stuff. And it's just normal, okay? So I'll start off with an analogy. So if you were to go and plant, let's say, a tree, right? You plant a tree. Well, it's not like you just drop a seed into the ground and then 2 seconds later it's like, boom, you got a full tree, right? There's obviously some steps in between, okay? So the seed has to sprout little, I don't know, plant arms. I'm not sure what the exact terminology is. And it has to start growing, and then it has to emerge from the ground, and then it gets sunlight, and it slowly grows over time. It takes years for it to become, you know, a huge tree when it was started as a very tiny seed. Now, if you're a farmer, do you basically go and, let's say you planted an entire row of corn. Do you go there every day and just yell at your corn because it's not growing fast enough? No, you would probably nurture it, right? You would probably water it if it needed it. If the soil was too acidic or alkaline or whatever, you'd probably put different kinds of chemicals or fertilizer into the soil to support that plant. And, you know, when it comes to sales, you got to kind of think of yourself like that farmer who's growing a plant. So, you know, from the time that plant, in this case, a corn, corn is a full-grown corn leaf tree plant thing, all the way from when it's just a seed, it's corn all the way throughout, right? There's no time you can really say this is not a corn plant, right? If you think about it. Now, when it comes to the process of writing copy or doing sales or whatever, right? Just like you wouldn't, as the farmer, just like you wouldn't be criticizing the plant because it's not growing fast enough or because it starts off very small. You shouldn't get down on yourself if you get rejected here and there or a lot, you know, because for one, sales is a skill, right? So if you look at the people who are the very best in the world, the reason they got that way, it's because they trained that skill, they put in the reps, they've spent months, probably more like years, even decades, putting in the reps on that skill. Okay, and at no point did anyone who ever wanted to become great at something, whether it's basketball, you know, a basketball player, or a salesperson, or I don't know, like a classical pianist, you know, at no point did they ever, you know, say, I don't think this is for me, you know, the very best of the best. They probably didn't say, I don't think this is for me. They just kept at it, right? So I guess the big take-home message here is to don't be so hard on yourself, right? And know that getting rejected and people, you know, whatever, being mean to you or whatever, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's just the nature of the game, okay? So the worst thing you can do is get into a situation where you're starting to take action. You're like, okay, I'm going to start trying to close clients for my business. I'm going to start putting content on my personal wall. And you basically open yourself up to rejection and, you know, criticism. The worst thing you can do is once you start basically not getting the response that you want, to just stop and take it super personal. You're like, wow, you know, because this is what our ego does. You know, there's a reason why we learn super fast when we're a little kid, all the way up until about 7 years old. We don't really have an ego, right? And as soon as you hit 7, maybe a bit younger, maybe a bit older, you start developing the ego, which is, it starts evaluating things like, is this good or is this bad, right? So if I get a good test score in school, you know, if I pass a math test, that means I'm good. This is good, you know, or if I fail, this means I'm bad. But as that process happens, you know, it essentially can turn into generalizations. If you get enough judgments around the same topic, you know, oh, I passed this math test, didn't do so good on this quiz, teacher gave me a bad mark, my classmate said I'm dumb at math. It turns into a generalization, which turns into a whole identity for you. And that's the very worst thing that can happen for you if you're trying to learn sales and trying to grow your business, okay? It's all about, I would say it's all about, for one, creating an empowering identity. When you don't get the right answers, you know, if someone says no to you, for example, on a sales call, when that happens, not a problem. It's part of the game, and it's not really a commentary on you. It's probably your offer, or maybe it's more them or something, right? So it's all about creating empowering meanings for the events that happen to you, right? So for example, when I was doing door-to-door, I'll close with this story. You know, we would knock on a door and someone would answer and they would say, get the hell out of here. You know, get off my yard. And for me, I was like, I hated that. I hate getting rejected. But one of my trainers was like, you know what? Every single person who says no to you, that just means you're one step closer to the person who's going to say yes. You know, you know, for a lot of people that really helps, and it helped me at the time. You know, they say like NO stands for like next opportunity, and that's just one way. It's a more empowering meaning when you hear no. It's actually like motivating. You're like, awesome, thank you for telling me that, because now I can put my time and energy on the next person who would be a better fit. You know, so it's all about the meanings that you give yourself. And hopefully I didn't confuse you too much, but just remember that rejection, it's part of the process. As you improve your skills, whether it's sales or copywriting, or maybe like shooting a video like I am right now, you know, if you go back and watch my videos from 3 years ago, they were absolutely terrible. You know, I remember doing a 30-day video challenge, right? And it was just 30 days of videos just on whatever marketing stuff, but it was just horrible. Even like 6 months ago, pretty bad. You know, like 3 months ago, not the greatest, but starting to get into a groove just because I've done it so much, right? And I wouldn't say I'm like amazing on video now, right? There's a lot of weird quirks that when I watch my own videos, I get annoyed, but I'm like, you know what? It's good enough. It's good enough to put out there because I think the content is helpful. It's going to help someone. And that's how I see it. So with that said, would love to know, did this help you? You know, if you have been kind of struggling with this whole thought of, oh, I don't want to get rejected, or, you know, just trying to get over that and maybe get over yourself and maybe expand your comfort zone to where you're doing videos or putting yourself out there, or, you know, doing cold calls even. Who knows what it is? It's all about expanding your comfort zone and not judging yourself on the process, and knowing that if you put in the reps, if you just keep putting in the reps, the fruits of your labor will come. You know, like the farmer, you just keep planting the seeds, you keep watering them, and with faith and with time, you'll start harvesting a crop of, you know, money in this case. All right, so with that said, thank you for watching. Love to know if you have any other mindset issues that are bothering you, you know, and if you're watching this on a YouTube channel, I would say go and join the Church of Clientology on Facebook if you haven't yet. And if you tend to post this in our channel and on our group. If you're in the group, yeah, comment below somewhere what kind of issues you have, okay? Thanks for watching, and talk soon, okay? Bye.